Okay, there it is. All right, folks, this is Jack Newtown here, and we are live on the broadcast. Hope everyone is doing well. And I got Miss Donna on the line right here. Donna, are you ready to
Yes.
roll, rock and roll?
You can hear me clearly. Good evening. You can hear me clearly,
Yes.
Carl. All right, cool.
I'm gonna
Yes.
let Donna take over on this article. You just, whenever you want to share whatever you want to share, Donna, just let me know and I'll put it up.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna get into this first monster. And good evening to everyone that's coming in here. And please make sure you hit the like and leave some feedback. Share your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Tell me what do you think of these two cases. Have you heard about it? What do you think? Because this is insane. All right, so the first one I'm going to be getting into is this Virginia shopping cart serial killer, Anthony Robinson. I just heard about this the other day and I'm like, are you kidding me? So this lunatic that you see right here in this picture, you could put an overlay of him. This lunatic you can see in this picture, he meets these women on these dating sites and then do some crazy stuff to them and kill them in a hotel room. So I'm going to read an article. Then I'm going to also play a little bit of the press conference because they did catch this slime ball, so that's a good thing. And then also the story number two I'm going to get into. I'm probably going to put some timestamps in here. I'll give to Jack to put inside so he can help you navigate through the live stream so you can get to the different stories. And the second story is going to be on this Kathleen Moore. And the situation with Kathleen Moore, you have the picture you can show her real quick. The Kathleen Moore. I gave you a single picture of her, very pretty picture of her. Well, the second story is going to be about this Kathleen Moore, and with her boyfriend. Perfect, thank you, Jack. Um, with her boyfriend, and he killed her. Yes, but the reason I'm going to focus on this story because I want to get into, ladies, you got to make better choices. I mean, he had like a serious criminal history, so I'll get into that one. That'll be the second story. So the first one I'm going to read from the first article. You can go back to that serial killer and you can show the pictures of him and his victims while I read off this article. Okay, Jack? So I'm going to get into story number one. Okay, story number one here. The so called shopping cart killer, accused of killing at least four victims in Virginia. After he inflicted trauma to his victims and killed them, he transported their bodies to their final resting place literally in a shopping cart, Chief Davis said. Fairfax County, Virginia, Fairfax and Harrison police held a joint news conference Friday afternoon to announce the arrest of the alleged serial killer, whom are calling the shopping cart killer. hmm All right, police said that the bodies of the four victims of the alleged serial killer has been found since August in Virginia. Investigators believe that there are likely more possible beyond the Commonwealth of Virginia and up the East Coast. Mm-mm-mm. Harrisonburg Police Chief Kelly Warner identified the so called shopping cart killer as a 35-year-old Anthony Robinson of D.C. Fairfax County Police Chief Kevin Davis and Robinson met women on the dating site in a motel and does unspeakable things with their victims. Mm, with his victims, excuse me. Davis said after he inflicted trauma to his victims and kills them, he transport their bodies in their final resting place literally in a shopping cart. This man is insane. This is just crazy. And there are videos of that effect. Mm-mm-mm. Detectives are working to conduct a retrospective investigation to find out exactly where Robinson had been. Kelly said that the investigators believe that two of the Robinson's alleged victims are from Harrisonburg. Harrisonburg Police Department (HPD) identified two women found dead in the commercial district of the city of Harrisonburg on November 23rd as the 54-year-old Aline Elizabeth and Rodman and 39-year-old Tanika Lorsis Smith. I hope I'm pronouncing it right, but I'll give Jack the names and put in the description. As the result of the surveillance footage, now show the picture. The two names I just mentioned is the two people that you see on the front, on the top. Those two ladies on the top. The white girl is Tanika. No, 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 no. The white girl. The white girl is Aline Elizabeth, and then Tanika is the black girl with the purple braids or whatever. Okay. As a result of surveillance footage, HPD arrested Robinson. Ro- um, Redman was missing from Harrisonburg, and Smith was missing from Charlottesville, and Kelly said. Although the two women appeared to be killed at different times, Kelly said that their bodies were found in a short distance from each other in an undeveloped lot in Linden Lane. Mm, mm, mm. Kelly and the Metropolitan Police Department contacted Harrisonburg Major Crime Division November 30th and said that the missing person that they were investigating, Shan, Shanine, Shanae, oh, hopefully I'm pronouncing Shanae Brown. Now show the other girl. That was the picture that I showed you with the lady that's sitting in the chair by herself. Cheyenne, excuse me, Cheyenne. Yes, that's Cheyenne Brown, 29, of Southeast DC, had contacted the Robinson HPD, determined that Robinson had met with Brown at the Moon Inn Hotel in Richmond Highway in Alexandria. Mm, mm, mm. Fairfax County detectives will be going to Writing, California to get DNA samples to see if the woman's name, Stephanie Harrison Redding, might be the fourth victim of Anthony Robinson. This is insane. This man was just, and there's probably like way more victims. Just what they just found just now. Harrison came to detectives' attention because of the missing person flyer posted along Richmond Highway in Alexandria. The HPD stated working with FCPD to identify and track down more possible victims of Robinson. Major Ed O'Connell, who leads FCPD Major Crime Cyber Forensic Bureau, said that Fairfax County detectives joined Metro Police on December 7th in searching for Brown. Investigators found that on September 30th, Brown took the metro from the district to the Huntington Metro stop and never returned. So he's basically contacting this woman, and she went to go and see him, and she never came back. So sad. Hmm. Let me resume reading. All right, digital data shows that Brown was located on the 16100 block of Richmond Highway the night of the night she disappeared. This is near the Moon Inn Hotel. George Madison homicide detectives were unable to locate Brown in the area. Okay, a little bit more here. Investigators eventually obtained surveillance footage of Brown and Robinson at the same DC Metro stop O'Connell O'Connell said. O'Connell said on Wednesday a homicide detective found human remains tucked away in an isolated wooded area not far from the shopping cart. Investigators said the remains of the two women were in a container near a shopping cart in 2400 block of Fairhaven Avenue in Alexandria. So he putting these women in wow, wow. Okay, investigators believe one of the bodies of the belonged to Brown because of her tattoo, but this has not yet been totally confirmed. Okay, let me see if I can skip a little bit. Let me see. Detectives haven't ruled out the possibility that there may be more than one killer. So there might be more. This piece of crap might have a partner. This is crazy. All right, justice will prevail and offender will be held accountable for what he did, and we haven't ruled out that they might want. We haven't ruled out maybe they did this and how he or they did it. O'Connor said, I don't know what that I just read. Okay, so I'm gonna show a clip here, and I do personally feel that there might be some more victims. There might be more. You have anything you want to say, Jack, before I pull up the the clip?
No, this
Oh,
is a very gruesome situation, to where one man is up killing what, three women.
They say like possibility is like 4.
Mm, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, go ahead and
Okay,
pull it.
let me share this screen here. uh Wait a minute. Don't show it yet. Let me see if I got the right one. Okay, I'm gonna show a little bit of the gonna show
Okay.
some
Oh, you're in the matrix, Donna.
of it.
You're you're in the matrix. Oh, crap. Um. All right, folks. I think Donna was in the matrix and ended up getting. Let me see if I can pull her back in. I apologize for this. It's just technical difficulties. Okay, let me see if she can come right back up. Like I said, she was in the matrix, so hope she's able to get back in. Let me check my phone. Let her know. Oh, I don't know. She's offline now. People. She was going to show a story, and then it cut out on her. So we're just trying to get this thing going. Try to get it back on. Let me look on here. Okay, we're loading that up. Um, let's see. Let me see. Hold on 1 second, people. Okay, there's Donna.
I'm so sorry it froze again. If it's gonna freeze again, I'm gonna have to send you the
Yeah,
clip
that's fine.
if I can be able to pull up this clip. Okay, all right, here we go.
Okay, that's it. Donna.
Sites He meets his victims then at
Yes, that's
motels,
it. I'm
and
sorry.
we'll talk about a motel that he met two of his victims at here in Fairfax County. Chief Warner will go into the motel down in Harrisonburg where he met and killed two of his victims. After he inflicts trauma to his victims and kills them, he transports their bodies to their final resting place, literally in a shopping cart. And there's video to that effect. So our MV all the way down to Harrisonburg, we're in the process of conducting, along with many other partners, a retrospective investigation to figure out where he's been. And we're going to find out exactly where he's been. And we're going to work with our law enforcement partners, homicide detectives, missing person detectives, to see if we can identify any other victims and families and communities that he has brought harm to. The two victims in Harrisonburg, females, one's 54, one's 34. The known suspected victim here in Fairfax is 29 years old. I want to thank Chief Rob Conti from the Metropolitan Police Department in Washington, D.C. When we start talking about these cases, you'll quickly remember the name Cheyenne Brown. Cheyenne Brown is who we tentatively believe one of our victims located here in Fairfax County is. We don't have 100% positive identification on her just yet, but we have a tattoo that's been positively identified by her family as Cheyenne's tattoo. And the reason why we're not waiting to share this information, that is, until we get positive 100% DNA or dental verification that it is Cheyenne, is because we believe that there may be other victims in the area and throughout the Commonwealth of Virginia, and we need to act now. We need to act right now with our law enforcement partners to figure out who else our killer has had contact with and what's his MO. Dating sites, motels, blunt force trauma, shopping cart, final resting place. He's killed 4 already, and we suspect that he has more victims. He's a predator, as all serial killers are, and it's our collective effort in law enforcement to do everything we can with each other, with the community, to identify other places where he has been so we can bring closure and ultimately justice. He preys on the weak, he preys on the vulnerable, and he does unspeakable things with his victim. Our shopping cart killer does unspeakable things with his victims. And it's our collective duty and responsibility to bring justice and closure to all of our communities. I think I'm going to introduce first Chief Kelly Warner again from the Harrisonburg Police Department. She's been a great partner, as has her entire police department. And then Chief Warner will bring up Major O'Carroll. Chief.
Thanks, Chief. Good afternoon, everyone. I join Chief Davis in sending our condolences to all the victims' families in this tragedy that happened across the Commonwealth of Virginia. On November 23rd, 2021, Harrisonburg Police Department identified 2 female victims that were found dead in an open lot in a commercial district of the city of Harrisonburg. Anthony Robinson, age 35, was arrested as a result of video surveillance and cell phone records that connected him to 2 victims. The first victim, as Chief Davis mentioned, was Elizabeth Redmond, age 54, of Harrisonburg, and Tanita Laree Smith, age 39, of Charlottesville. Harrisonburg Police Department and Charlottesville Police Department were conducting 2 separate missing persons investigations, which resulted in narrowing the focus to the search this open lot. Both women were discovered within a short distance of each other, dead, although their deaths took place at 2 separate times. On November 30th, 2020, a Metropolitan PD contacted the Harrisonburg Major Crimes Division and noted that the last known person that a missing person that they were investigating had contact with Robinson. It was a result of that information, HPD Major Crimes was able to determine that through cell phone records, that contact took place in and around the area of the Moon Inn on Richmond Highway in Alexandria. Then we received contact from Fairfax Police Department, and Major O'Carroll's team contacted us. And so then we began this coordinated effort to track down more victims, unfortunately, that were at the hands of this shopping cart killer, Mr. Robinson. So now I'd like to introduce Major O'Connor.
Thank you, Chief. I appreciate that. Good afternoon, everyone. As introduced, I'm Major Ed O'Carroll. I have the pleasure of heading the Fairfax County Police Department's Major Crime, Cyber, and Forensics Bureau. 10 days ago, on December 7th, detectives from the Fairfax County, Virginia Police Department received a call for assistance from the Metropolitan Washington, D.C. Police Department for help in locating a missing female. My team immediately pulled resources together to aid in the search. Detectives were informed that Ms. Cheyenne Brown, 29, of Washington, D.C., took the Metro from Washington, D.C. to the Huntington Metro stop on September 30th and never returned. Digital data showed that Ms. Brown was in the 16100 block of Richmond Highway, possibly at
Okay, put an overlay over this, if you don't mind, Jack. I'm gonna play some more.
Okay.
Put an overlay over that. Thank you.
Do they have a picture of him doing a perp walk?
I was looking for it. No, they don't. All right, hold on, let me see if I have this back. So I think they had a commercial. Shoot, am I at the right one? Shoot, no, I'm not. All right, hold just a second. I'm sorry, everyone. Just hold a second.
All right.
for what he did, and we haven't ruled out they. I'll use the plural term.
Okay, is it coming up again? Is it still there?
Yeah.
You can pull it. All right, do you see on the screen?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, I don't know why I cut off. Okay, I will resume, everyone.
Maybe what they did and how he or they did it. Thank you.
So are we to presume that perhaps this fourth victim is somebody from this area? Because you say the remains were found in the same container.
So Sam, we have not positively identified the fourth victim, but we have leads that will hopefully in short order help us identify this unidentified person. Leads on who it may be.
Okay. Sorry about that again. Don, when you come back in, just send that information to me, please. So we can um, make the transition smoother. Just send that. Just send the links to me. sending links to me. So yeah, because that's just how it works. So when you get in, Donna, just send that to me. All right, let's do that. All right, people. I'm like I said, I'm sorry. Like I said, these things happen. Uh, they happen. So we're just we're gonna push forward. We're gonna continue. This is the guy right here, Mr. Anthony Robinson, mass serial killer. He's called the shopping cart killer, who takes his shopping cart and kills women and puts them in the back of the shopping cart and pushes them along. That is the shopping cart killer. Um, Sickening, insane, absurd, a disgrace. This guy is, I don't know what to describe him. I mean, he's a very sick individual. I'll put it that way. Very sick individual. And he deserves to be punished. So waiting on Donna again. And Donna, this time, just send that to me. Okay. Okay. I have the restore. I will email you the rest. Okay. She's gonna email me the rest. Hope yeah. Something going on her end. I mean, it happens, people. I mean, these things happen. So we're gonna be patient here. When she sends that information about this serial killer. So if y'all hold on for 1 second, let me just never mind. Just give you. Oh, hold on. Let me do this. Okay, we'll just. Okay, I guess that ain't gonna work. Okay. No, we don't want to do that yet. Okay. Okay, let's do this. Okay, we're just waiting on that information. So give it a second. Donna? Donna?
you hear me?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Just send me
Okay.
the links.
I I sent I sent you one. Did you get it? I'm
Uh,
gonna just I'm gonna jump into the Shantae Moore. I send you a video clip.
okay. The Kathleen Moore.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was in Shantae Camp.
Okay, let me do. Hold on one second. Let me do this real quick. Let me share this. Share the screen. Okay. All right. Let me. All right. Let's get started.
Update in the Kathleen Moore case, the Pasco County Sheriff just announcing they have found her body. Let's get right out to our Eric Waxler live near the area where the body was found earlier today. Eric, please walk us through exactly what happened and this latest update.
Yeah, Wendy, investigators have been here at Collin Knapp's house in Newport Richey on Carmel Avenue since last week. They've been looking for evidence and ultimately looking for Kathleen Moore's body, which, as we now know, they have found her. The scene actually is starting to clear. Some of the sheriff's deputies have left. I saw the medical examiner's truck leave a short while ago, signaling that, yes, they have found her body and positively identified her. Now, earlier today, Knapp, Moore's boyfriend, made his first appearance in front of a judge. That was done by video from the Land O'Lakes jail. He's charged with second-degree murder. The judge ordered no bond and said it was especially fitting considering the new developments in this case, which we now know that her body, Kathleen Moore, was found in a wooded area very close to her boyfriend Knapp's home. It was covered in brush. The sheriff alluded that it was she was intentionally hidden back there. But again, today she was found, as somebody who was walking by noticed and tipped off the sheriff's office. There have been friends waiting here all day, hoping for some sort of answers. And now, sadly, they have them.
She's just an amazing person. She's just one of the ones that you can call when you need something, 2 o'clock in the morning, you know. She's there for you all the time. She just spent like 3 hours with me 2 weeks ago because my daughter was running for homecoming, and she helped me make all the flyers, and, you know, she was just always somebody that you can count on.
Detectives say Moore was last seen alive early November 29th, getting into Knapp's Cadillac. And that Cadillac is still parked, or was at least earlier today, at the restaurant in Port Richey where Knapp worked. Investigators found his clothes covered in Moore's blood, tossed in a dumpster near that restaurant as well. And again, you heard Sheriff Nocco talking about the extensive investigation and searching through dumpsters, looking for evidence that all eventually led to finding Kathleen Moore's body here in Newport Richey. Live in Newport Richey, Eric Waxler, ABC Action News.
Eric, thank you. The Pasco County Sheriff has called this a case of domestic violence, and he wants to make it clear help is always out there. One of the most important resources to highlight is the statewide domestic violence hotline. That number right there on your screen, 1-800-500-1119. It will anonymously connect you to a DV center nearest to you. We've shared more resources on our website at abcactionnews.com/DV.
All right.
Okay, so you saw that clip. I'm so sorry about all of this. I don't know exactly what's happening, but I think I might be safe to read the article.
Yeah. Yeah. Go
Okay.
ahead.
So the clip that you was just seeing is about this Kathleen Moore. So I'm going to read a little bit about this article that I found a little bit about her. Is saying this one, the murderer boyfriend. So we're going to get into that one. I'm going to read this article. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I don't want to hold it back too long because all this back and forth. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's get into this article. Where's the article? All right, the article that I have here, this is from The Sun, and it's about his dark past. Now, what I'm saying is, like, you know, ladies, when you're dating people with a past like this, she shouldn't have been with him. She shouldn't have. And I don't know if it's in this article, but I think she was like 34, 35, something like that, and he was 30. So she was a little bit older than him. Not saying make a difference. I'm just giving you a description. All right, dark past. Boyfriend charged with missing mom's murder has a history of violence and drugs use as body is found in the hunt for her. The boyfriend of the slain mom's mother, Moore, had a lengthy criminal history of violence and drug offenses before he was arrested and charged with the murder on Monday, record says. Collin Knapp's Monster, we're going to call him Monster 30, um, has been charged with second-degree murder in connection with the disappearance of Moore, 34, and who was last seen alive in the early hours of November 29th in Pasco County, Florida. She had reportedly FaceTimed one of her friends at 1 a.m. outside this monster's home along Carmel Avenue following a night of drinking with him and others. Moore reportedly told her friends that she and Naps had got into an argument and she was outside waiting for a ride home. The pair had also been seen arguing at the number of bars early in the morning, according to the police. Investigators then announced on Tuesday that the decomposing remains of the adult females were found near this monster's home in Newport Richey. They were later identified to belong to Moore. A childhood friend of Moore, Erica Swanson, exclusively told the Sun that Moore and this monster allegedly endured quite a turbulent relationship and would get into fights quite often. It's not good. The friend claimed that other friends of Moore's have told her that she had previously complained that this monster would become a different person when he drank, alleging that he would become more angry and violent. Dark past. This monster arrested for the murder on Monday is not his first run-in with the police. He has an extensive rap sheet that includes dozens of arrests, including for domestic battery, see, possession of cocaine and meth, and reckless driving. His first criminal infraction came in May 2010 when Naps was booked on a felony count of aggravated battery in St. Petersburg. 3 years later, he was arrested in Largo on a misdemeanor count of domestic battery in the early hours of April 4th. He was arrested again in Largo 10 months later for domestic battery, this time on a felony count. See, this is crazy. All right. During the second arrest, this monster was also cited for reckless driving, possession of MDMA, oxycodone, cocaine, and other drugs. Then in August 2014, this monster was arrested for 2 misdemeanor counts of obstructing or resisting an officer without violence. The reason for his initial arrest is unclear. The case never went to trial, and the judge um, withheld which when the defendant is in order, when the defendant is ordered to be on probation but not formally convicted. Oh, now you see what the judge did. Okay, this monster has a number of drug offenses to his name between 2013 and 2015, including an arrest for possession of cocaine, meth, and other drugs in September 2015. It's unclear whether this monster spent any time in prison for any of his previous infractions. So basically, he just been getting a slap on the wrist. Between 2015 and up to this arrest on Monday, there is no list of arrests for this monster in Pinellas County where he lives. You can flip other pictures of this monster if you want to, Jack. I resume reading. The sheriff said when deputies interviewed Naps prior to the arrest, there were inconsistencies in his statement. About a week later, authorities searched the contents of the dumpster from the restaurant where Naps worked and discovered blood identified as Moore on the clothing that belonged to this monster, the sheriff said. The quality of blood found the quantity of blood found on the clothing led police to the conclusion that Moore has most likely died, he added. Yeah, so he was just really, oh man. Investigators also learned that Moore and this monster were seen arguing the night of November 28 while out with friends at a bar in Largo, Indiana Rocks Beach. This monster told investigators the couple got into another argument at his home in Newport Richey after midnight, and Moore left before he went to the restaurant where he works to complete a meat inventory order around 1:30. See, this is what they love to do. They'll kill you and they'll say that you walked off somewhere. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna speed up a little bit. Let me get into this domestic violence. What else said about domestic violence? While being interviewed by the police, a 30-year-old said that he went to buy cigarettes in the early hours of November 29th, and Kathleen was in the car. Police revealed that deputies attempted to look at the video surveillance footage, but couldn't be certain if Moore was indeed still in the car. She wasn't in that car. He been killed her. All right. Cops then said that this monster decided to go to his job, which is believed to be at Harold's Third Steakhouse in Port Richey. Friend Jessica Brummett told Fox 13 a man found the woman's cell phone behind Walgreens in Pasco County and turned it over to the police. Cops released images of this monster 2006 black Cadillac in a bid to get information about his whereabouts before his arrest. Pasco County Sheriff Office unit had drone team 20 to 30 inches. Detectives were involved in the search for Moore's body. Mm, mm, mm. All right, search Moore's body. The sheriff also offered his condolences to the Moore's family and to friends and family who have spent the last weeks conducting their own independent search all over the local area signs of traces of Moore. This is the sad reminder of domestic violence take place in every community. This is so sad. All right, let me see. There was more. I think I can skip that one. So, all right, that's just the end of that one, that article. So basically, what I'm just trying to say is this man had a history. They often are in a relationship, he was violent. You don't need to be with somebody like that. This man was just a complete nutcase, and they was just letting him off for whatever he did. He just got away with it. Now look, somebody died. You have anything you want to say, Jack, about this?
This is the devil. I mean, he's a demon straight out of the gates of hell. I mean, these men killing women and children and thinking that, oh, poor me, I was going through this, I was going through depression, I had this going on, and this and that, and just a bunch of whining sissies. And now you
I
got
agree.
a dead woman on this side, and on that serial killer, you got three others and possibly a fourth one that's dead.
Mm-hmm. Well said. And he luring these women on these sites. With the first one, to the shopping cart killer, luring these women on these sites, and y'all have to be careful because, I mean, I don't have anything against with online dating. A lot of people
Mhm.
say, "Oh, so many crazy people." Look, that's crazy offline. You just have to take precautions. You have to be very careful. Do some background check, do your research, let people know, hey, I'm going here with such and such. Let them know, call the person before you get there. I'm here. Okay, what's the person wearing? Just be in communication with other people. Don't do anything off like with meeting somebody offline, being secretive and not telling somebody because you just never know.
Uh-huh.
And it's so sad about what happened to those women. And I do feel the first story that there is more victims we just don't know about. And this little piece of crap right here, you know, this should have never happened. You know, these courts are just letting him go, just letting him get away with anything. Basically, got away with murder. I guess that's the word for it.
Wow.
Hmm. Yeah,
It is insanity.
and everybody
And
was,
you're starting to see
searching.
more and more of this behavior.
Yeah, Lisa had sent me something. I was gonna to read it, but I'll just pass it and just save it. They saying there's satanic, that these people is just demonic. That's just it. It's demonic.
Now, weren't there some people, guys, that were saying more's to come?
Oh yeah, we talking about with the
Killing
J Black
women
too.
and all this. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. because a lot of these angry men, they just mad because the woman's not with them, or they have to pay child support. They go into court and stuff, and they can't control the woman or whatever. So they want to turn around. They just want to kill these women, and it's
It's,
wrong.
it's crazy.
And they say, oh, they love their children. How would you kill somebody and then you love your children? You're just completely insane. But then, some of these killings that you hear, you find out that these men was crazy before and these women get with them. The red flags. He's been in and out of jail. He's going through anger management. You know, he's known to be, domestic violence, charges. I mean, that's a red flag. Go. Don't date him. Yeah. So that's just about all I have to say to close out. I'm so sorry for everything. Hopefully I can give you some timestamps and it would help it a little bit.
Yeah. No, I mean, these technical difficulties happen. I mean, it happens from time to time. So you don't beat yourself up, Donna, on this. This is informative, and even though there may have been some technical difficulties, but this is just important to the ladies out there. They need to watch for these signs and these behaviors of these psychotic, deranged, mentally insane, disturbed psychopaths.
And even vice versa for men to watch out with these women. You got some crazy deranged women out here. The devil do come in a pretty package. So you got to watch out, gentlemen. You get caught up in this big booty and a nice smile and the tits is perky and you get all gaga, but this woman's out here, she could be evil. Satan's daughter.
Mm,
When you see the signs, get out. Run. Go.
no
Ghost the
doubt.
person.
Definitely.
Okay. So thank you, Jack, for letting me use your platform to discuss these two stories because I was like, oh, this is crazy when I just heard about this shopping cart serial killer. But no, I wasn't able to. I think you had asked the question. I don't know if I answered you because everything was going fooey, foo.
Mm,
But no, I didn't. I couldn't find anything, with that video with him with the cart. They said that they had videos of him carrying.
yeah.
And they didn't get in detail, but whatever he's doing to these women in that hotel, did you see how the way that sheriff looked? It was like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Totally insane. And I'm glad that they caught him. Because people like that will never stop. They'll never stop. That's their thing. That's what they enjoy doing. They'll never stop. And there's probably more. Well, see what happens.
Yep. Wow. I mean, insane.
It really is. Like I said, thank you again for letting me bring these two topics up onto your platform. And that's about it. That's what I have to say. And stay tuned for some more.
Yeah. I
All right.
appreciate you leading the charge on this one.
Okay. So okay, thank you. Thank you for letting me do that. So okay, you can if you have anything to say, whatever, I'm done.
Okay. All right, people. This is Jack Newtown and Donna. Go ahead and shout out your channel.
Oh. My channel name is Donna Just Being Real. My channel is about dating, love, relationship, toxic relationship, and I also do true crimes advice channel. So if that's your type of commentary into, feel free to check out my channel. You'll be welcomed.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, folks. Questions, comments, concerns, complaints, email me at jackradioshow1@gmail.com. Got any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints? And just drop by MTR's YouTube channel and said, well, we appreciate you taking Jack Newtown's line and hope you shout him out one day. This is Jack Newtown. Thank you very much. Y'all have a good evening.